That we'll call our meeting to order for tonight. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda? Hearing none, we'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Move approval.
Support.
Support. Any comments or questions? Last chance. Hearing none, all those in favor, thumbs up and a yay.
Yay.
Aye.
Opposed, be thumbs down and a nay. The motion is passed. Roll call. Sarah, I believe that's you. If you would, please.
Yes, thank you. Commissioner Warnick,
Present, Elm, Michigan.
Commissioner Stahl,
Present, Alma, Michigan.
Commissioner Pitts,
Present, Alma, Michigan.
Commissioner Piccolo,
Present, Storm Lake, Iowa.
Commissioner Allman,
Present, Alma, Michigan.
Vice Mayor Harrington, and Mayor Mapes.
Alma, Michigan.
Thank you. All set. We have a quorum.
Very good. Thank you. Just to check if it was Roxanne expected to be absent tonight?
I have not heard anything from her. No.
It looks like she's coming in right now, so if it's okay with everybody, we'll give her just a minute to pop up on screen and keep her included as much as we can. Roxanne, are you there?
Yes, sorry.
Would you like to add her to the roll then, please?
I'm here in Alma, Michigan.
Thank you.
Thank you, sorry.
All right. So next item is the Pledge of Allegiance. Aaron, if you'd please present us with a flag. Everyone please rise and join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
For which it stands.
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you for that, Aaron. Appreciate it, everyone. Next is the approval of the minutes of the May 25th, 2021 regular meeting. Your pleasure.
Move approval.
Support.
Motion is support. Are there any comments, questions, or corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes, be a thumbs up and a yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And a no. Looks like it passes. Next on the agenda, we'll move down to requests for purchases. We have the first one is a request for purchase the amount of $82,068 to Ohm Engineering for engineering service on the Francisco Avenue Sanitary Sewer and Street Reconstruction Project. Excuse me. Your pleasure.
Move approval.
Support.
Okay, we have motion support. David, did you want to give us some color on this, please?
This is for the construction, the field engineering for that street project and sanitary sewer project. It actually started unofficially today, but this pays for OHM to do the field oversight on that.
Okay. Are there any questions for Dave or anyone else at this point? Hearing none. All those in favor would be a thumbs up and a yay.
Yay.
Any opposed would be thumbs down and a nay. Motion is passed. Thank you, Dave. We'll move down to reports now. Commissioners may receive the following reports by one resolution, or any commissioner can remove any item or all of them within the section for individual discussion and vote. We have three tonight: the Alma Transit report, a building permits report, and the city manager's report. Your pleasure.
Matt, you want yours pulled?
Please. Yeah, please. Thank you.
I move to pull the city manager's report.
Does that motion include approval of the other two?
Yes, it does.
Greg, we couldn't hear you,
Support.
but Danny seconded it.
All right, we did have support. Thank you.
Yeah, Danny did. We couldn't hear you for a second.
All right.
Or I couldn't, I should say.
I couldn't hear you guys either, so it must have been something with my line. So we did have motion support. All those in favor, be a thumbs up and a yay.
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 Opposed again is a thumbs down and a nay. So we've approved 2. Now we'd entertain a motion for the city manager's report to receive that.
So moved.
Support.
Support. Matt, you want to go ahead and give us your,
Thank you. The couple items I really want to talk to is just we can confirm some dates and some ideas of where we're going on some of these topics that are coming up. We've talked, seems like ad nauseum for the last couple months about the American Rescue Plan and how we'll get through that process of putting it together. The more I think about it, I talked about a work group with getting 2 commissioners and that. I think you probably all would like to be able to have the input on that. And so I think the idea of having a work session actually dedicated just to that, where we can then identify those projects that we feel we really need to get on the radar for this going forward. And we will bring the list of what we've compiled here as staff already, but to make sure that meets with everybody. I did send you some of the guidance on how this is to work, and something from National League of Cities too on a PowerPoint that gives you a little more explanation. I am once again updating you saying that we still don't have our amount. It's a little unnerving the longer this goes on, but again, hopefully soon. And we are looking, from everything, indications are in that $880,000 range from there. So I would really like to look at Wednesday, June 23rd, if that gives everybody enough time. And I being the summer months now, I know that everybody's also has other things going on. So that's the date that I've thrown out that I would like us to be able to publish. And at that point in time too, it's open to the public to come and for that work session, so we can get that input also from them. So is everybody, would June 23rd work for you?
It does for me.
Goes for me.
If there's no issues with that, then I think that would be a good plan, that we would start that. And I would plan a work session to be scheduled for June 23rd. We can do 5:30 or 6 p.m. I would like us to commit probably at least an hour and a half to that. So we could start earlier, a little 5:30.
start as early as possible. Everybody else.
Okay.
Yep, 5:30 works.
5:30 works. Okay. All right. So we will get that scheduled for June 23rd at 5:30 p.m. And
Are we doing that Zoom or?
That goes kind of in the next thing, the meeting preference. Thank you, Michelle. We know on July 1st, the states, all of the other things kind of change, that we would have that availability to come back to meeting in person. We also have the availability if we want to do that a little bit sooner. I do look at the 23rd, especially as a work session, and what we're talking about might be good, and we could actually do that a hybrid with the public also, that we could, if we wanted to meet as the commission and staff here, that would be our first time back that we could do that. I think that would be more beneficial, especially with what we're trying to talk about. But I want to make sure everybody's at a comfort level that makes sense for everybody here.
I'm willing to come in.
Good.
I
I can come in too.
okay. And we can do it hybrid, folks, so that if we're not, wherever we're at, because
It's a bit of a commute for me, so if you do it hybrid, that would be,
I get that.
I could join you that way.
Based from there, and I think that we can do that, and that'll give us our first chance to test our new technology in here, and I think that will be a good one, and we'll make that link available to the public also.
Is that the work session, the 23rd?
Yes. That would
That's
be
not the meeting, which is the day
20.
before.
Yes, that my process is to stay Zoom until that, because then by the time we've opened up to pure public in July 1, we'll have that different aspect. But that's, unless anybody else has a different thought on that. I thought it was best just to wait until July 1 for the full public meetings to get started again.
That's fine. We'll do our regular meeting on the 22nd, Zoom.
Zoomed.
23rd work session will be hybrid.
Hybrid.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you for that. That will work, and we'll get those out to everybody. The biggest issue is going to be in making an explanation that's understandable. Everybody what we're going to be seeking for some public input of folks who want to come or Zoom in as to what it is we are looking at with those rescue funds. But I'd like us to look at it too on the grander scale, as we talked about the county and some different things that we're able to put together. So thank you for that. And if you have any questions prior, I'm more than willing to talk about it. And if I get any information as to what our final allocation number truly is, I've been waiting for that for so long, I will get that right out to you at that time. The other item that I did have that I thought was worth discussing, and I know a number of you were on the Planning Commission, plus there were some more of you in the meeting last night, and a little change from where we were looking. The Planning Commission did set the July 12th, which would be the normal Planning Commission. It won't necessarily be a special Planning Commission meeting now to discuss the Warwick Living Center. We will have our normal Planning Commission on July 12th, which is it's actually the second Monday, but we felt it was important to move it from the 4th of July weekend so we don't miss anybody. We will do what we can this will most likely be a single item agenda for that night, and inviting folks in for the public hearing on that. I do think it's important. We've talked a little bit here internally that we lay those ground rules out as to what a public hearing means, and that we establish the time, probably have a clock present for folks in order to make sure and talk about decorum at the start of the meeting, because we do know that this is a very, very hot topic that we believe that the public needs to have that input. So I had said Alma High School, that's what we're looking at, the 21st, but it's either gonna be the high school or the college. So, that will be out in plenty. I should find that out here within the next day or so where that will be, and that we'll do that at 6 p.m.
Matt, are you going to notice that we have to notice the work session, so
Yes.
you'll notice that Planning Commission meeting too, in
Yes.
case everybody happens to show up for that?
Yes. Yeah, that'll be noticed, because that'll be our normal Planning Commission notice that will have to go out. So those will all be noticed from there.
From the commission point of view, if all of the commissioners happen to show up
Yes.
to that
Oh,
meeting,
yeah, definitely. Yes. From
we're
that.
covered.
Yep, that we're covered. And I do think, as you know, the process would be, there would be the public hearing. I can't speak for the whole Planning Commission on that night, whether they make a decision, what they do that night. Could be to make a recommendation for the City Commission. So obviously, I think it's in everybody's best interest to be able to have the opportunity to hear the public comment section of the community at that time. So we'll definitely make sure that everybody gets that information well in advance.
If that does come to us, we will also have a public hearing, yes?
That would be up to the commission.
Okay, so it's not an automatic that I guess it wouldn't be. No, okay.
No.
Thank you.
Matt,
Yes.
will that be recorded so that if we're not in session that night, we can still watch it after?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely make sure of that from there. I'm also toying with the idea of I think that within our notice, we want to encourage folks who do want to write in earlier. We were able to give some letters to the Planning Commission last night, but there are more that were addressed actually to the City Commission. And so we will compile those that week prior to make sure that you have all of that information also as those are coming in. So there's really the two major items, and thank you for that. We'll get those dates set and get everything noticed then.
Can you talk about 401 Warwick too?
Oh, yeah, I can. It's we're in the process, and this will come back to you at a certain point in time, because we've started the letter process of drafting those letters on the curb and sidewalk in front of that property. Those are going to be getting out to the general contractor and the owner. I know that they attempted more contacts again this week, correct, Eric? And we're still getting nothing.
Yes, that is correct. We reached out to the contractor that was on the building permit, and we reached out to, obviously, just to even deal with the mowing to the property owner. But we sent out our mower. Aaron had them out late last week, so that is mowed now at least too. So.
And I do think I want to let you know, I mean, when we talk about assessing or anything, the reality is we have a larger thing too here. It's going to be dealing with the entire building that's going to go into the court. And so we're fully prepared now to have to take it that far in order to have that down. So in the meantime, as we're looking at that, I think it's probably in our best interest to shut that portion of the sidewalk down. It's a substantial portion that is there that can be traversed until it does rain or something like that. And then it becomes an issue because there is a sidewalk on both sides of the street there. And there is a crosswalk at the intersection just down there on Pine and Warwick.
Is there a sidewalk on the east side from Pine to Pine Villa?
There is.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah, that comes
just
right out
thinking
from
of
their
the-
drive. It comes out of their drive, Michelle, and then it connects up there on the and then it does. So then they can go to the corner of Pine and
Or cross right
Pine
there.
Warwick and cross. There is an actual crossing.
Okay.
There.
I couldn't remember, and I knew that gentleman had a wheelchair, so I just want to make sure.
And obviously, we really don't want them going from driveway to driveway. We'd rather them go down to the intersection and make the cross there.
Right.
It's available, and so I do think that we'll get together tomorrow and make sure if that's everybody, we'll close that section right down as we go through it. That way, we won't run into any issues there. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, hearing none, I believe we did have a motion and support on the table, so all those in favor of receiving his report would be a thumbs up and an A.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed would be thumbs down and an A. Looks like it's passed. Thank you, Matt. Received your report. Lightning speed tonight. We're going to be done fast. Next up is appropriations. Is there anyone that would care to pay the bills?
Move approval.
Support.
Are there any questions on the bills? Comments? Hearing none. All those in favor? Thumbs up and a yay.
Yay.
Any opposed? Be thumbs down and an A. Looks like that motion is passed as well. Thank you. Moving on to commissioner comments. Danny, would you like to go first, please?
No comment tonight. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Roxanne, you will be next.
Nothing tonight. Thank you.
It'll be fast. Michelle.
I just wanted to throw a thank you out there to Eric for watering our flowers every couple days. I know it takes a couple hours out of his day, and I've already had a lot of compliments on the flowers. So thanks again, Eric, for that. That's all.
Audra.
I'm excited to report that the county commissioners voted last Tuesday to use some of the American Rescue funds to help save our CASA program at Child Advocacy. So it's really exciting. As many of you know, our funding through the federal government was cut in its entirety. So we've been working hard to save that program, and the American Rescue funds through the county came through and helped us. We're going to be able to keep it at least a few more years. So that was exciting news. I know Matt had a little word in there on that, and Tracy Cortez and the sheriff. And so it's just great to have that kind of support and to be able to put those funds to something like that. So that's all I have.
That was rather strange with all the money the federal government's throwing out there that they would cut a program like that. Guess it doesn't have to make sense, does it?
Oh, no, it never does, really.
I'm glad you got that. So, Nick.
Nothing from me tonight.
Roger. Roger, you're muted.
Oh, I didn't hear my name. Audra, that is so good to hear. I'm so happy for that. That is such a neat and important program, and to feel that has to go down was just a tough blow. So I'm really, really glad to see that somebody was thinking outside the box enough to go ahead and do that. I have nothing else tonight either. Thank you.
Sarah, do you have any comments?
No, nothing from me. Thank you.
Yeah, anything additional you'd like to add?
Don't everybody get used to this. This was a nice little break here in June. We know we have some pretty heavy lifting coming up, so enjoy that tonight.
Heavy lifting, and Don's joined us. I think he's prepared to do some of that lifting. So I didn't have a great deal. Just it's been a great summer so far. The Highland experience was a lot of fun. I think the the committee. And I'll put a plug in for my daughter. She was a member of that. I think they did a great job, and I know my family really enjoyed themselves, and I think a lot of other people did as well. So, and congratulations, Audra, on your funding. I'm glad that the county stepped up and did that. And so that's good news. Your good works can continue. And I know that's only one of your many programs going on there. So with that, we can move to invitation to the public. Is there any members of the public who would like to speak?
Me.
Okay, Don, please.
For anybody that doesn't know that's out there, I'm Don Ayers. I'm the chairman of the Planning Commission. I figured probably what I'd do is get a hold of Matt and Eric when it's getting close to time for that meeting to maybe set some ground rules. I'm kind of thinking maybe 5-minute time limit might be an appropriate time. I'm just going to kind of throw that out there for you guys to.
That's what we have for it, yeah. I believe, is the 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The other, we do have a 3-minute option. Yeah, if we choose. So, but
did you say 3 minutes?
It's 5 what we have, but we do have an option based on volume. It could be 3. So,
okay. Well, I mean, we can kind of talk a little bit about that. From my understanding, there's going to be quite a crowd there. So, at least what I'm hearing so far, anyway. But you don't know for absolute sure if it's high school yet, or well, you'll let us know anyway.
Yeah, I'll find that out by tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, other than that, from what I hear, the Highland experience was quite a success. I'm really proud of all you people that were involved in it and made that happen. That we sure kind of missed it having the Highland Festival last year. So anyway, I will sign off and thank you all very much. I'm getting a phone call here, so thank you. If you got anything, you guys can get a hold of me too. Okay.
Do it. Thanks, Don.
Yep.
Appreciate it. And with that, that reminds me, Matt, you made a comment about receiving letters directed to the commission on that particular topic. I guess there's volume. Would it be possible to get those maybe in a couple batches instead of waiting till the end and getting them all at once?
Yeah, we'll do those. We'll compile them at the end of the week here, and then probably give them to you weekly as we go forward.
Give us a little time to read and digest, and perhaps reach out to some people if anyone's so inclined.
Yeah, we can do that.
Thank you. Aaron, is there anyone else from the public that's interested in speaking?
I'm looking through our list, Mr. Mayor, and we do have one member of the public in attendance. So if he would like to make a comment before the commission, they're welcome to unmute and leave a comment now. But I do not see a direct indication that they would like to do so.
That is not the case. So at that point, we will entertain a motion to adjourn our meeting this evening. This will be the best hourly rate you're going to probably get for this meeting for the year.
Move to adjourn.
Support.
All those in favor, be a thumbs up and a yay.
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 Opposed, thumbs down and an A. The motion is carried. I thank you very much. Everybody have a great evening. Enjoy this beautiful weather we're having. And we'll talk to you next time.